This is Bloomberg West. I'm Emily Chang. Well, it's gotten $41 million in funding and lit up the blogosphere. But can Color live up to the hype and mark its territory in the world of social media? Color is a cross-platform application that allows users to share recently snapped photos with others in their vicinity. Its launch last week provoked intense debate, from excitement to disdain for the idea. Many users have expressed frustration with the new app, giving it just 2 stars out of 5 on both the Apple and Android app stores. Privacy is one concern because the photos taken with it are automatically made public, and one security researcher at Veracode discovered that you can use a jailbroken iPad to get access to photos from users anywhere in the world. Co-founder Bill Nguyen proved his success long before launching Color, his 8th technology startup. He's returned more than $3 billion to investors. Apple bought his last company, Lala, for $40 million. His first company, OpenBox, sold for $850 million. Will Color be as big a success? Well, Bill Nguyen joins us right now to tell us. I mean, amazing, the amount of activity about this app in the blogosphere. Not everyone liked it, but nobody ignored it, certainly. Why is this a $41 million idea?
Gosh, I hope it's a lot more than 41. You know, we have this very simple premise that we live in the post-PC world now. So what that means is our lives are really going to be around these smartphones, the things I discovered when I was at Apple. And what that means is, instead of having virtual friends online and sending emails and photos, what happens when we have a social network wherever we are, at a birthday party, at a dinner, at a ball game? Why don't we get to know all the people around us, our friends, people that we've never met before? It's a new way of doing social networking, and it's about where you actually are, not about being on virtual reality in the web.
I want to take a look at some of the comments that were posted about this. Paul Carr of TechCrunch said, "Every fiber of my psychological being is telling me the launch of Color is less remarkable than me being caught in a rainstorm or finding a shiny penny on a street." Then you've got John Battelle, founder of Federated Media, saying, "Note to Facebook, Twitter, and Foursquare, if you don't get this feature into your service pronto, you will more likely than not be ruining the day Color's launched." What do you think Color is going to be, and how do you intend to prove some of these naysayers wrong?
Well, I think if you look at the technology industry, every time that you apply new technology to a known problem, people react very differently, from loving it to hating it. I remember the days of Yahoo. When Yahoo came out, they had all these amazing librarians telling us what the best links on the web were. And when Google came out, they said, we're going to have machines telling you what the best links are. People didn't respond so well to it, but I don't think many of us Yahoo today anymore. We mostly Google. So same thing, I think that a social network designed around where you actually are, not having to pick friends, not having any followers. This is very disruptive for the people that have built a social network around the web. This is a very different type of social network, and it's designed around your phones, and it really only works if you do it with other people. So it's a crazy application because you have to have someone next to you. You can't really do it in your room at 4 a.m. in the middle of the night with a Diet Coke next to you.
It's truly social.
It's truly social.
Bill, let me ask you, just take it back a little bit. How does Color work? What is the app supposed to do? What utility does it give somebody?
Yeah, and so Color, in a really beautiful way, it's like going to a wedding where you have a bunch of disposable cameras laid out all over the place, because people are just trying to capture the wedding from every angle possible. Imagine that, except with Androids and iPhones. So as soon as you turn on the phone, everyone within about 150 feet of you, and we dynamically adjust that, is able to take pictures with you. Every picture that's yours is theirs, and everyone that's theirs is yours. It's perfectly shared. No friending, no connecting, no anything else that we're familiar with on the web, not even a password.
All right, so how do you make money?
Well, our plan long-term around this is that just as you take pictures with other people, your friends, your coworkers, your neighbors, that you're going to go to places like your local restaurants. And instead of basically advertising to people when you're not at a restaurant to try to drive traffic, we're going to give you a better experience. So when you walk into the restaurant will know who you are. They'll know how many times that you've been there, and they'll be able to provide you a better experience. And for that service, they'll pay us advertising dollars.
So you imagining that venues, restaurants, shops are going to pay you for photos that users share about those places? Absolutely.
And it's very simple. So if I walk into a restaurant today, they have no idea how many times I've been there, the last time I was there, and what I did the last time I was there. We're going to be able to share that information with the restaurant, and they just pay it for, it's no different than market research. It allows them to feel closer to their customers.
Now, what about the privacy issue here? You said that certain social networks aren't public enough. This is, as public as you can get.
Well, one of the things that we talk always about, this concept of the post-PC world and the web. Here's the problem with the web. The web is that people put information on there and they think it's private, and it's actually not. So they get in trouble all the time, from school teachers to firefighters. Everyone gets in because they don't know the line between public and private. So when we saw what Twitter had done with the open world, we thought it was amazing. What's even better, though, is in the post-PC world, it's accountable. So if I take an inappropriate picture, when I go to school the next day, my teachers will see it. My coworkers will see it. That kind of social reinforcement actually is preventing people from doing things that are bad because they're finally accountable. It's not like going onto an online bulletin board and saying something terrible about someone and having no repercussions about it. You're actually going to, these photos travel with you. And so we've seen nothing but really great behavior by people. There's literally been no cases of any inappropriate action. And when there is, we actually disable that entire phone. So that phone, that $600 phone with a $60 data plan, will never be able to use our application again. It's not like the web where they just get to create another free account.
It's a pretty big punishment.
I'm sure there will be lots of inappropriate use. I have faith in the depravity of the people with phones. But let me ask you about the technological challenges here. What's tough about this technologically? Because, you know, last we talked, was many years ago, you were working on some stuff that involved the entire wireless infrastructure, and I wonder how that works for you in this company.
Yeah, I think we're without creatures of habit. I've always been fascinated about networking technology and how they connect people together. The amazing thing about this is that if I go to a birthday party and I recognize some of my friends, I'd love to take pictures with them. So what happens today is I tell them, will you take the picture, post it to Facebook, will you email me? And 9 out of 10 times, it doesn't actually happen. So now with smartphones, we're actually able to have phones connect to one another without any identity. So you get to share with everyone in a specific place. That networking technology is very revolutionary, very hard to do, and we have some great scientists working on it.
Bill Nguyen, I've downloaded. I'll see how it goes. Thank you so much for joining us. This concept is fascinating. We could talk about it for hours, but great to have you here on Bloomberg West, and we'll be watching.
Thank you so much.